Okay, so I'm gonna wait for you guys to come on because oh, I'm just freezing. I don't know why I'm freezing. Hey, Miss Music and Me, I froze again. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. None whatsoever. I'm freezing. I don't know. I never froze before, so I know, right? I froze again. Uh-huh. I don't know what to do because I'm just going to keep going in and out of this thing. Listen, I can read your comments and I can answer you guys. Just don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. This is going to be an iPad. This is an what do you call it? What is it? When you do the, just the voice. Yeah, I don't know why I'm freezing. Sorry. Podcast. Thank you. This is a DeShawn Hatcher podcast. Welcome to my podcast, people. I have no idea why it's doing that, so I apologize profusely. I don't know. Ciao. So you can hear me. That's fine. I don't care. Let's just keep on keeping on. I can still read your comments. So fine. I have no idea. So Miss Glambaria, I saw you on here. Did you understand what I was saying to your query? To your romantic query? Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong to get on here real fast? You know what, Lord? You got to give me a break. You got to give me a break. I think I might be on the wrong one. Hold on, let me see. No, I am on the right one. I've been talking to a local salon owner about working at her salon. You just might want to be, in most cities, that's the other thing I wanted to say. In most cities, you might have to be, we need you now. Thank you, Veronica. Listen, a podcast might be a lot easier than this, let me tell you right now. So, Ms. Glambarie, you might have to be licensed, my darling. That's the other thing. You have to find out if you can even teach in your state, because you might have to be licensed. Renting space as a freelancer, you still have to be licensed. Just because you say you're a freelancer does not make you licensed. In most states, I can tell you this for sure. In most states, including New York City, see, New Yorkers, we're so into ourselves. I said including New York City. See what I said? New York State. Even in New York State, when you're working with consumers, i.e. when you're working with the public, you need to be licensed in order to do that, period. The only reason why I am a makeup artist running around here is because I am not a teacher, I'm a makeup artist within the industry. Do you understand? Within the industry, which is just dealing with my own people. I don't really normally deal too much with the public. And so I'm able to teach other makeup artists makeup. I'm able to do a lot of other things that if I were to deal with consumers, I'm not able to do. So I see you said Maryland. You need to find out what the laws are in Maryland before you even start this. And your salon should have asked you if you were licensed. She should have asked you that. So right there, that salon tells me there's something a little funky about that, because no salon owner wants to be caught out there with a non-licensed person in their salon. So you really need to look at your things. I wasn't going to work as a makeup artist, but more. Oh, who are you tutoring? I don't understand. Mentor, tutor, I don't even understand that at all. Mentor, tutor to whom? To consumers? To her art? Like, I don't understand. So if you can come back around and give me a little information, that would be fantastic. I don't care what she told you. I really don't. You need to look that up. You really need to look that up. Bravo. I know, I'm really into the esthetician stuff too. I'm like, years ago I could care less. And now I'm really like interested in it. I too want to get my esthetician's license. Didn't say I was going to, but I do too. Yes, that's what you need. Yes, in most states, that's what you need. You either need a cosmetology license or you get an esthetician license. You're right. Either or will allow you to work in a salon and work with the public. Technically, all bridal makeup artists are supposed to be licensed. We all know that that ain't the case. But all, from what I understand, bridal people are supposed to be licensed, and they are not. If you guys are joining me now, I am frozen, and there ain't nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about the frozenness that I am in. I went to whole classes or workshops to teach makeup application and different looks. That's not a makeup. See, don't start changing names so that kind of gets to me. This is what kind of bothers me. You're not a makeup mentor. You're teaching makeup, so you're technically a teacher. When you go to, if the government comes and comes to her salon and you say, I'm a makeup mentor, they're gonna be like, no, you're not. You are a makeup. You're passing yourself off as a makeup artist. So you have to understand, like, people like to make up these names for themselves, and it's cool if that is, let's say that's your business name, right? I'm, the makeup mentor. I don't have a problem with that, but in actuality, what are you? You're passing yourself off as a makeup artist, and that's what the government is looking at. Not that you're a mentor, they're looking at that you're passing yourself off as a makeup artist. So all of that mentor stuff, and mentor, by the way, means a guidance counselor. It means a guidance counselor more in terms of business instead of beauty. That's the other thing that you have to understand. When you pull names out of the air like that, you have to understand what they really mean within the context of an industry. So do I understand? It's a really catchy, cute name. But if I were looking up the makeup mentor, I would be under the impression that the makeup mentor is going to help me with my business. I second that. Do you research ultimately? Sky, yes. Candace, I'm frozen, honey. I can't move. Life will go on, so all you do is hear me. But I miss you. I was looking at all of your stuff on Facebook, and I miss you. I'm hoping to get to Chicago. I hope so. So anyway, makeup mentor. So I just want you to understand, I am not trying to beat you up, but many enthusiasts tend to do this. This is why YouTube is full of this stuff, because people who don't understand the industry just decide to start making up names and titles and don't understand what they really mean within the context of an industry that's been around for, 100 years now. So you have to understand, when you call yourself a mentor, people are going to try to find you. A mentor also, by the way, means someone who is highly skilled and who can guide other people. Highly skilled person, highly skilled, somebody who's been in the business for years. That's what that all means. So you have to understand the context of the name that you're choosing. Now, if it's just a cutesy name in this little salon, I guess so. But again, I cannot believe that Maryland does not care if you have a license or not. I just cannot believe that. So you really need to look into the state and then the municipalities that you're in to see if you can do that. From a magazine article about a woman doing something similar to what I'm talking about. I'm sure. I'm not saying, listen, whatever. It doesn't, just because it's in a magazine don't mean it's right. So again, you need to look up all of these things before you get started, because you are dealing with consumers. I would not, big hug, girl, Miss Candace. I would not personally start anything in this, especially nowadays with everything that's happening. I really wouldn't do much of anything unless I knew what I was getting into. That's all. I just want you to know what you're getting into. If you find that, if you look it up and it says, DeShawn, I really don't need a license, then that state is different from all the other states that I know. Go at it. I'm researching, but you are definitely helping. I'm glad I'm helping you. I just kind of want to if you want to do this, I want you to do it. I want you to do it to your best ability. I want you to do it to the highest of the high. And it's just important that you understand. And because the business is so large, it's hard to grasp it. And because you see things in magazines, the Makeup Mentor, you know, you think, oh, that's cool, I like to do that too. But there's just so much more that goes into it. That a lot of times makeup magazines don't want to tell you. They don't have the space to run down this person's history to you. You go on YouTube, people like to leave out little tiny tidbits of how they really got started. You get what I'm saying? So I dig it. I like the fact that you saw it in a magazine and you're inspired by that. You go you. But mentors really do mean that you are of a certain ilk, I guess, in the business, and that you really do understand all different types of things. And you know, it doesn't mean going to school. It just means that you need to really hone in on it and understand what you're getting into. So that's all I wanted to say, Miss Glamoury. And then let's see. Okay, and then Woke Beauty. If you could see me, I got my hand in a fist. Woke Beauty asked me, she started as a beauty YouTuber and then started a business. Well, there's your answer. She doesn't know what she's doing. Sorry. I just had a tirade about YouTubers. I don't trust them. There, I said it. I said it out loud. I don't trust YouTubers because I don't know your background. It's very secretive on this thing. They really don't want to tell you much. I'm not into YouTubers in terms of teaching me. I'm not really into YouTubers. I want you to be I would suggest take some classes. I would suggest that, not, you know, self-taught. See, the problem when people say I'm self-taught, I dig it. I dig the fact that it's like a badge of honor. I understand to say you're self-taught. I went to school for film, but technically I'm self-taught in the beauty world. These are two different areas of expertise. I self-taught myself beauty. I am a trained film and TV makeup artist, okay? But even my old ass takes classes. I still take classes, right? But I still am a self-taught person. You understand? And so, you know, workshops and classes and all that things, you have to continue your education. It just doesn't stop because you've self-proclaimed yourself a makeup artist. You have to continue it. And a lot of people, thank you, Miss Glamoury, a lot of people, they stop at self-taught and they think, I don't need to learn anything else. This is how I do it, da 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 da. And that is how you become a better teacher, when you learn how to say things in 5 different languages. I should be able to explain, you know, 5. This is why I said to you, can you explain it in 5 different ways until your student gets it? See, when you're self-taught, you only have one way of doing something. Whereas when you are a educated person, you learn all different facets of how to explain it and how to show it and all those different types of things. So that's my speech for you, my dear. And then, like I said, Woke Beauty. I got my fist in the air. I should pull out my afro. Woke Beauty. Would love to hear your thoughts on working retail to get started as a makeup artist. So she's gonna go on a soapbox for about 5 minutes. Bear with me, people. I think I still continue to borrow books from NYPL. I love to continue my education. Yes, Miss Veronica. Miss Veronica's a beautiful makeup artist, by the way. Yes, you always have to continue. Continuing education is the key to being a makeup artist. You still have to keep up the education. So let me get to the retail aspect of being a makeup artist. Let me see how quickly. Thank you. I was like, NYP what? Thank you, Veronica. I'm all for retail. I'm all for it because it allows you to, one, build your kit with their products and their products only, of course. And you're able to practice. But that does not make you a makeup artist. It allows you to practice. It allows you to practice skills. And depending on the type of makeup artist that you want to be, you have to find that out first. I mean, for me personally, I like to kind of figure out what I want to be first, and then I go after it, as opposed to, I don't know, I just want to play. That's the difference. And so let's say if Miss Woke Beauty decided that she really loves the makeup like of Gabrielle Union and oh God, there's so many people, but like that clean red carpet beauty kind of look. Let's say she really liked that before she started anything. Then I would say to her, you might want to work for a Bobby Brown. You might want to work for, oh God, NARS. You understand? But you might not want to specifically work for MAC. You might not want to work for, I'm making up names now, Pop Candy. I'm making up names because I'm drawing a blank. And so why do I say that? Because each company has its own philosophy in how they do makeup. And if this is the kind of career that you want in terms of, I want to do red carpet beauty kind of thing, then steer yourself towards those types of companies, those cosmetic companies that do that. When you see their image, it looks like what you want to do. Okay, that's the first thing I'd say. Because they will teach you, and by the way, they teach you very limited makeup. They teach you enough to get by. Enough to get by. They're more concerned about what you are selling. They are more concerned about sales than technically how great you are as a makeup artist. No one is really technically going to critique you on your makeup unless you are god awful. But if you are a god awful makeup artist, let's say working at a counter, but your sales ability is amazing, they will never fire you. So I want you to understand that makeup, being a retailer is being a salesperson, and your job is to sell makeup first and foremost. Last, I feel, on the totem pole is makeup, because I know a lot of people who had no makeup ability whatsoever who could still get makeup jobs at beauty counters, okay? And also, again, you're at a counter does not make you a makeup artist. Now, if you worked for them freelancing, that means that sometimes they have like especially store events that you could work at. That's different. You're hired as a makeup artist at that point, and they want you on their team. And they have all, like, you see the star team, like you'll see somebody who'll be like the lead makeup artist for Estee Lauder, that kind of thing. And then they'll have like a list of 10 celebrity-driven makeup artists who are on that team. Well, they have different levels of teams. So they'll have like somebody who does in-store, you know, Estee Lauder might, who's in, I don't go to Sephora anymore like I used to, so I'm drawing a blank. So let's say NARS, I think NARS is in Sephora. So let's say NARS has an in-store Sephora event. Well, most of the time they pick from a different type of team. Most times they'll pick like this celebrity makeup artist to be the lead, and they pick anybody, no offense NARS, but they'll pick, you know, people, freelancers who are on physically working for them and put them on that team, and they go in and they do the event. So that's what I want you to understand, that there's different ways of being in retail, and that's the other way to be in retail. You're not there for sales. You are there to normally do a full face of makeup for somebody, or there might be a line of people and they're all there to get their face made up by a makeup artist. I have little bunny fingers up when I say that. That's when you become a makeup artist. But sales-wise, you'll learn how to be faster with your makeup because you can't stay there for an hour and do makeup. You will learn their line that will help you perhaps get on their freelancing team, little things like that. And guess what? You get paid. You get paid money, because a lot of times what will happen to newbie makeup artists is you don't make any money. And so that's an opportunity for you to make money and survive while you are trying to like get jobs as a makeup artist. But remember, your first priority is to sell makeup. That's what your job is. That's what they're looking for. Let's see. Any more questions that anybody asked me? Rochelle, she said, to piggyback on a previous comment, what about a review of all the various ways one can get training to become a makeup artist? Okay, so she's asking about retail, makeup artistry school, cosmetic school, online courses, apprenticeship, self-teach, etc. Okay, so how many ways is there to be a makeup artist? I don't know. I didn't count. Let me count the ways. I don't know. 20? I don't know. I don't have a number. But there are a multitude of ways. Like she named almost all of them that I can come up with my head. You can go to school. You can go to a real school. A real school. Can I preface this, please? A real damn school. Not one of these cracky, lacky thing that keeps popping up. You need to go to a real school, which means you have to do your research on the school. If you're going to invest more than $1,000, well, quite frankly, $1,000 is a lot of money to me as well. So if you're going to invest anything over $995, then you need to start to research these schools. You have to. Because they will take your money and then throw you out the door, and you're going to be like, I didn't learn nothing, because you have to understand what the hell you're getting into. Don't let a flashy website get you. You should start talking to people and asking them, what school did you go to and why did you go to it, and then why do you like it and why you dislike it. Okay, so that's number one. I have a whole blog article on schools and how you are to interview the school, so not so much for them to interview you, because it's your money you are spending. Online courses, I don't know. I am like on the fence with online courses, because as a teacher, as an educator, I feel the need to be standing with my student and watching them. And so for me, anything else is very much subpar to me. I really feel like if you're paying, we put it this way, if this class is $9.95 and you just want to take a $9.95 class, I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, have your fun. But if this is a class that's like, I don't know, I've seen classes for like thousands of dollars online, then I would ask, well, what the hell am I getting out of that? Because a teacher really needs to be in your presence when you're working. I tell this story all the time, but I have a lot of students that they're holding their brushes wrong, and they can't understand why they can't do this particular stroke or whatever. And most of the time, it's the way they're positioned, and it's the way they hold their brush. And you can't learn that online. And so that is an issue that I have. If, like I said, to me, if it's shits and giggles, we call it, I'm London today. If it's shits and giggles, if it's just for fun, you want to take a master class, that thing with master class is like $100 and you got $100 to spare, you just want to tee-hee-hee, then you can do that. But once it starts to kick past a certain amount of money, you're talking to the queen of cheap here. I would not, me personally, feel comfortable about investing something that is going to cost me thousands of dollars online, unless it was a business type course. Business courses in makeup is different than physical standing there and learning how to do something. So that's my thing. And of course, apprenticeship is important, because I wrote the book on it. I did. I wrote Assisting Rules. And so assisting does rule. That's where I wrote. It's a double entendre. So I wrote Assisting Rules for that reason, because I assisted, and I keep saying this to you guys, my world changed. It just did. The way I did makeup changed. The way I understood how to be on set changed. Watching a makeup marvel changed. Watching a world-class photographer change. Like, my world changed, and it was very early on in my career that I got to see what my life could look like, and it was invaluable to me. So for me, I think assisting is amazing. That's because I wrote the book. Okay, what else is there? Why are people allowed to apply makeup to customers at a department store without a license? Very good question. Okay, so this is what I'm saying, Glambury. Okay, the premise of a department store is to sell, right? That's why the title of a makeup artist is a salesperson. You're there to sell. So if you're there to sell, that means that you need to apply this makeup on this person because you're showing them something, right? That's different. You're not hired as a makeup artist, you're hired as a salesperson. That's why they don't, if you were ever to get hired, let's say from a department store, they call you a sales associate. They'll call you a beauty something something. They'll come up with all these names because you're not a makeup artist. And as a makeup artist, you need a license to deal with the public. As a salesperson, because you're physically showing them makeup for point of sale. You understand? So you're selling like a powder for point of sale. You're not selling it so they can walk out the door and look beautiful. There's a difference. There's a distinction that the government makes between those two types of jobs. And so that is why a salesperson is allowed to do that and a makeup artist is not allowed to do that. It's two different, this is why I keep trying to get people to understand. Two different worlds. YouTube and a makeup artist, a professional makeup artist, it's two different worlds. It is not the same. We all want to clump it all together because we may be, what's the word? We may be doing very similar things, but it is not the same. I thought you needed a license to touch someone's face. You need a license to touch someone's face when you are alone. We're a standalone entity, which is what you would be. You're a standalone entity called the makeup mentor. That's what I'm calling you right now, Glambery. You're the makeup mentor. You are your own business. You have to understand that. You're not a single person. You are your own business representing you. Now, that goes into a whole different legalities as opposed to you working for Estee Lauder, standing at a counter, putting on their makeup on somebody else. It's a difference. It's not the same thing. As much as we want to think it's the same thing, it isn't. You are now representing you. This is what you have to understand. And as a business, as a makeup artist, you have to have a license. Like a hair person has to have a license. So, there you go. Can you, yeah, you need a license. Okay, good. I'm done. Let me quit while I'm ahead. So those are the things. I mean, retail, I'm sure you guys can come up with some more stuff. School, assisting, learning, on your own, picking up some books. I find books valuable. I think books are amazing. I have 2 videos on here about books that I happen to love beyond words. And I really think that you should check those books out. I learned a great deal from books. I just think they are the best. And so you can learn from books as well. That is how you too become self-taught, by learning through books. So, I think I've been on here. Do you need a license to work as an assistant to a makeup artist within the industry? I'm going to preface that, okay? I'm prefacing that to say, in the industry. What is the industry? TV, film, fashion, I like to say. Those industries, no. Within the industry, no. Outside of that bubble, you understand? Outside of the entertainment world, yes, technically you're supposed to. I just said, all bridal makeup artists are supposed to have a license. Do they? No, but they're supposed to. Right? Right now, there's too many of bridal people running around there's too many bridal makeup artists without license running around working than there are people to stop them from the government. That is why they're getting away with it. But I have been told through yeah, I know, we're doing podcasts, Marilyn. But I have been told in other states, right, that let's say if you and I are working in a particular state, right, and you and I are both doing weddings, I can literally report you to the government, to whatever entity that's running, I forgot what the state board or something, I forgot what they call it. I can report you and have them stop you from working. And it has happened in other states that I know of. And I've learned this through other makeup artists. I was aghast when I heard this. I was like, what? People do that? So this is what I'm saying, that you have to be within the industry in order to do that. Silvio, hello, Portugal. They don't recognize the profession as a makeup artist. So what do they call it? They have to call it something. They have to call it something. I don't know what it is. Face painter? I don't know what they call it, but it has to be something. I'm sure it's something, but I just don't know what it is in Portugal. Beauty something? I don't know. You know what, girl, that's what I'm here for. You are welcome, Glambery. What's wrong with Glambery? I'm just saying, I thought that Glambery was kind of cute. So as you can see, Black Girl's frozen. I have been on here longer than I expected to because I froze. So can anyone be a makeup artist here? That is something, honey Sylvia, I would have to look up your country. I have no idea. I really don't know. That's a country thing. I know you have an industry like we do here. You have a TV and film and fashion industry there like we do here. That's all I can tell you. I don't know anything else. I don't know how the bridal system works over there. I don't know. I would have to literally look it up to see if I can find that answer. If you could just like pick. Listen, it doesn't stop anybody as we can see here in America, it has not stopped anybody from picking up a brush and saying, I'm a makeup artist, right? So technically, you can declare that you're a makeup artist. And I'm a makeup artist and, run around and work. Sure, you could do that. But I don't know what it is in your country. That is something you would have to check into. And I would also say that if you knew of any people who worked within your industry, in terms of fashion and TV and stuff like that, I would write to them and ask them, did you need a license to do what you do? Right? I'm pretty sure you can find them online on Instagram or something, and I'm pretty sure you can ask them, hey, I really want to be a makeup artist. Do I need a license to do that? I know in America you do, but I don't know if we do here. So this is something to think about. I would have to physically look up your country and dig around and see that. And then also, do different cities within your country have different rules? See, like here in America, we have, there's different rules in every city. So you have to find out the bylaws and all that stuff. And, just as we do here, you have to find out about that in your place. Listen, people, if I can do a podcast, I would be more than happy. Then I wouldn't have to put no makeup on. Is there more people without a license? I don't know who just asked me that. Can somebody, whoever just asked me that bridal question, please come back around, or can you please post it one more time for me, because it came and it went really fast. I heard that you had a license, but then I don't know what else you said because it went too fast. Listen, if there's a podcast, people, hit me up on the community board and tell me if there's a way that we could do a podcast. Because listen, it would make my life a lot easier if I could do podcasts. Because I will come back to YouTube with video content for you guys. Just right now, my Mac sucks to high hell, and I cannot edit on this any longer. It is saying that I have choked it to death, and I have to get a new computer, which I am within a couple of weeks, so you will see more video from me. But if you guys, I'm going to pose a question. Would you like a podcast where we can all interact? Instead of the YouTube live thing, because podcasting would make my life easier. Just saying. I'm just waiting for that one particular question to pop up. The bridal girl. Yeah, me too, Miss Music and Me. Okay, so you know what? I got one yes either. Yeah, I got one yes. I would prefer podcast myself because hello, okay. But see, with the podcast, I don't know if you can interact with me. I totally enjoy the interaction. And so that's what gets me, is like, I like reading your comments and talking to you. I feel like if I'm just doing a podcast, I feel like I'm just talking to myself. And that's like, I can do that, like, anytime. I'm waiting for that question to come back around. I'm gonna sip my coffee. Okay, there's silence on here, and I'm waiting for that question. Anybody have a question besides that lovely young lady? Okay, so I asked this question on my remember, I just told you guys in the other thing that I have an assisting rules board that you're supposed to go sign up for if you have assisting rules. And assisting rules, you can only get my book at assistingrules.com and Manhattan Wardrobe Supply here in New York. That's it. So the question of the day is, y'all can type this out because I just love this question. There's only 12 people on here, why not? The question of the day is, where is the funkiest place that you have ever done makeup? I will tell you mine, and then y'all can understand what the question is, and y'all just type out. The funkiest place I've ever done makeup was in Philadelphia in a crack house. Go! To be clear, I do need a license to assist a licensed makeup artist. I don't know. To be honest, Glamoury, I'm not sure about that because, yes, Music and Me, you heard what I said. Do you need a license to assist a licensed makeup artist? It depends on what that makeup artist is doing. In other words, if I'm a licensed makeup artist, but yet I am doing fashion that day, right? I am on a fashion set and I am doing an editorial. No, you don't. Oh, my cousin's bathroom, okay. My cousin's boyfriend's bathroom, okay. Then no, you don't. Technically, if she's doing a wedding, technically, yes, you do. But again, you know, and then the question would be, here's the other question, Glamoury. What are you doing? Are you doing a full face of makeup? Or are you literally standing there washing my brushes? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why I say the work, yes, you are. I'm a bridal makeup artist and have cosmetology license, and there are more people without a license than with, yes, Guy. Yes, there are more people running around here doing makeup that technically should not be doing makeup because they don't have a license. And when you, again, let me make this clear. When you're dealing with consumers, that means regular people outside of the industry of TV, film, print, and fashion, then you are supposed to have a license, right? Again, it does not include salespeople. That's a whole nother world, okay? So when you're running around doing that, technically, yeah, you're supposed to have a license, and there's more people than not. EJ, I thought I would update you that I'm moving to London in March to assist fashion. Yeah! I'm very proud of you, and I know you're going to be a kick-ass assistant. I know that. I'm very proud of you. Bravo, my darling, bravo. In a moving RV. I've done that too. Oh my God, you're so welcome. I want to hear all about it. First of all, London is my second favorite city in the entire world. Some of the best shopping I've done was in London because they actually had my size. I'm not saying Paris doesn't have my size, but London actually had my size. It was just great. I love London. There we go. I worked at Walgreens as a beauty advisor. Exactly. You're not a makeup artist, you're a beauty advisor who is what? Selling makeup. It's all about sales. Once you wrap sales around anything, you can probably get away with it. On top of the kitchen stove in a photographer's home studio, there was a wooden board on top. Yep, done that too. You heard what I said, people. I said a crack house. Like, listen. We went through one brownstone, and walked through the wall, and then walked into this crack den. This was all for a music video, by the way. We walked through the wall. Did you hear what I said? I said I walked through the wall, not the door. I said I walked through the wall. I walked through the wall. And then there was a crack den, all for a music video. And then there was this one little kind of barrel that was there, like a ledge, not a ledge, but like a barrel, like a big wine barrel-esque type thing. And listen, I'm an old lady, right? But I swear, I don't do drugs. Like the most I do is caffeine. You know what I'm saying? So I did my own makeup in a dimly lit car. Oh yes, Miss Music. That was my makeup artist training, doing my own makeup in the car. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I walked through the thing, got to this what I assumed was like a tabletop, and it had this tin foil on it and this white substance, right? And so whenever I do makeup, right, I'm not fazed by anything, but I wasn't fazed by that either because I really did not know what that was. So I started to clean the table because I was like, okay, let me just move this out of the way. And I always wipe down everything that I work on, right? So I'm cleaning, I'm trying to clean the tabletop and put my stuff down. I really do clean. Like I pull out the baby wipe and disinfect. I really do. So the DP, which is the director photographer, walks over to me and he goes, DeShawn, that's crack. And I was like, what? I said, wait. And I was like, wait, whoa. And he was like, and he pulled me aside. He said, this is a crack house. And I was like, what? I thought it was like a set. He was like, no, DeShawn, this is an actual crack house. That's a pimp right there, and that's his thing. I was floored, people. I was floored. So he was like, yeah, don't touch that. And I was like, oh, okay. I won't touch that. So, therein lies my story. Okay? I wasn't trying to up you guys. I just love that story, okay? Where have you done makeup? Oh, in a crack house, with a pimp in a hole. It was like hustle and flow. That's what it was. It was like hustle and flow without the singing. Oh, actually, no, there was the singing because it was a music video. I don't know. It was quite interesting. But yeah, getting back to makeup, really. There are too many people running around here without licenses. Listen, all these YouTube people laugh out loud. I know Sky, right? No, you know what, Glebbery? What happened was they told me, but I didn't believe them. You know what I mean? You've got, I know, right, Melanie? I sure have come a long way, right? I haven't been in a crack house since. Isn't that something? But yeah, no, they kind of told me, but I didn't believe it. You know, come on. If I said to you guys, come on, let's go to a crack house. You guys would think I was joking. Because, you know, I mean, if you know me in real life, I say crack about 20 times a day. Crack is a noun, a verb, it's everything to me. Like, oh, you on crack. Oh, that's crack. Oh, so I say crack like 5 million times. So if you knew me and you hear the way I speak, you would think I was joking. Like, come on. Oh, that's crack. Let's go to crack house. Let's go to... And then all of a sudden, you crack me up, right? And then all of a sudden, we literally are going through a brownstone, and then we get up to the floor, and then we go through the wall and into a crack house. You'd be like, oh my God, is this a real crack house? Child, I have gotten an education being a makeup artist. Let me tell you that right now. Education. But when he came over to me, he's like, D, that's crack. I said, what do you mean? He's like, this is a crack house. I was like, what? I thought you were joking. He's like, D, don't touch. I was like, okay, I won't. I literally stood there with the things in my, like, all the makeup was in my pocket. Oh, I had the brushes in my ear. Oh, please, it was ridiculous. Don't touch a thing. Don't lean on anything in a crack house. You never know if you're gonna fall through the wall either. It was quite interesting. The pimp in the hole on the thing. The girl was standing lip syncing her song, and DeShawn was standing in a crack house. Yes, it's dedication. It's pure dedication. Oh my God. Yes, very interesting, very interesting. But it is, I just love that story because I just, you know, it is like when you, like if we were all sitting together, I would just love to look at the expressions on your faces, which make me laugh. So that's why I love telling that story, because just for shock value alone, people just go, what? But it's true. So anyway, beautiful people, the black girl is not going to a crack house, but she's gonna go get herself some food. And I will think about a podcasty kind of thing, because since I'm freezing, what the hell? And I appreciate you guys. I so appreciate you guys coming. I'll be back next Sunday, though. I will be back next Sunday. Maybe frozen, maybe not. I don't know. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And please, 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 please remember to join my community board, and because I put stuff on there. And I will talk to you guys next week on Sunday at 7. No matter what I'm doing, it's always going to be Sunday at 7. It's the best time for me. You're so welcome, Glambery, and thank you for your questions, or I wouldn't have answered you. So there we go. And so I appreciate you guys coming. And next week at 7, beautiful people. Bye, guys.